I guess, how did the formation of your band come about, like, together-wise?
So, most of us have known each other for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, like, I've known Mike and Al since we were 10 years old, 11
Oh,
years
wow.
old.
Long time.
Played in a high school band with Mike. I played with Al on and off throughout high school and afterwards. Sam I played with a bit in high school through a kind of school productions.
Mm-hmm.
He was always one of the better drummers in the school. I remember we did, like, show things. He would be a drummer to want to try to get. So I played with him a few times, and that's kind of how we figured, we should do standstill drumming too, but if you'd be interested in coming on. And so we started out as a trio. It was just Jill, Al, and Mike. I was off at school. They would send me stuff online, and I came back to play a couple shows with them during my breaks in school. And so they kind of started it off, and I came home from school and ended up staying home to join the band full time.
Mm-hmm.
And so we toured at for 6 months or so.
Okay.
And we were just like an acoustic, really folky kind of act, and it was fun. But we always wanted a bigger sound, a more driving sound, and really we need drums. And that's when we, thought of, we should do a dance to him. Yeah, he was one of the best drummers we knew.
Mm-hmm.
And he was really into it. He was like, sure, I'll come out and try it out. He liked the tunes and had a lot of fun, and so he's been with us since.
That's awesome.
And then Julia, the most recent member, I actually met her when I was at school. I was at the University of Ottawa studying music.
Okay.
And she was in my program. She ended up, I left after my third year. She stayed and finished her degree.
Mm-hmm.
She was, at the time, was in another little folk act that we did a tour with, our first tour. And so we kind of got a taste of her. She's a pianist and sings.
Mm-hmm.
So she finished school. She kind of, that folk act, with her in it, it kind of took her different formations.
Mm-hmm.
And so she finished school and wasn't really doing anything. And we'd asked her, we're like, again, another third voice, some keys, it would be an awesome addition.
Yeah.
And we also didn't have a bass, which we were okay with for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
But we wanted low end. We wanted something, kind of hitting your chest type concert.
Yeah, for sure.
And so we got her to do piano. She now plays synth bass on most of our stuff. Give it that, depth and low end. And it's worked out great. And she joined after her school year. And she's been with us for probably 3/4 of a year now. Just under a year.
Wow. Seems like she can do a lot, basically, what it sounds like.
Yeah, she is doing a lot. She's filling out the low end, she's playing keys, she's keeping some harmonies, she's a talented lady.
Yeah, for sure. So, you were saying you went to school for music. Now, I guess this is kind of like a typical question, but what would you do outside of music? Considering you went to school for music, let's say, like, if music was not an option, what do you think you would be doing? Like,
if music was not an option in any shape or form.
Like, not any shape or form, but, like, I don't know, like, let's say this music, like, you couldn't get a job or something in music, let's say. What would you be doing? Like, is there any other passions that you may have, or anything, and that, or even anybody in the band that you might know what they might be, like, have been maybe going down a different route than music, and then something like that?
So, for me, that's a tough one.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in school, I wanted to be a teacher. I had done some co-op and stuff and volunteered at some schools over my high school, university career.
Mm-hmm.
And I could see myself being a teacher, but it would have been like in music.
Yeah.
But outside of that, I don't really know.
So, like,
something else. I mean,
yeah.
I would have loved to be a professional golfer, but not quite good enough for that.
Can always try. Can still start that. So,
I know Alex had his sights on being a musician since, day one, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
He started playing, he'll probably tell the story. I'll tell it anyway.
Okay.
But, he first picked up his first inspiration was Jack Johnson, and that's why he first picked up the guitar and started singing, writing with Jack Johnson. And,
Mm-hmm.
basically he fell in love with it, and he was like, Jack Johnson plays music for a living. Like, this is what he does for a living.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't have to go to school. I don't do anything else. I don't have to get a day job. Like, I can. His heart went, I'm going to do this for a living. That's what he's
Yeah.
always wanted to do.
For sure.
He's done well about it. So that's kind of a nice driving force to have behind it all. That dedication.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
But yeah, that's kind of all I can test through for the band. I'm sure Mike was in school for that. He was English and business, and his dad owns a metal fabricating shop. There was always a family business that was probably a possibility for him.
Mm-hmm.
But none of us really had these driving passions outside of it. We're all just kind of
in it for it.
Yeah,
just go for it, or that's it. Like,
yeah.
All for it or nothing.
Yeah, exactly. And we're all just going to school to go through school because that's what you did.
Exactly.
I think that's driving us.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I feel like you have to do if you want to pursue something. You go for it, like, all the way. Can't just be like kind of dipping your toes in the water and be like, yeah, maybe, because like that's never gonna work. So exactly.
No, especially in music, because no one wants to their emotions or being concert tickets, like even labels and agents don't invest their time, their money, and people are just in it for the weekend show or just for
exactly.
They want to know if they're gonna be around and keep doing it what you want to do for my time.
Mm-hmm. So, I guess with, like, that being said, where do you, I guess, see you guys in, like, 5 years? Maybe, as a band. Where do you hope to maybe see yourself?
5 years, I would like to stay, because the main acts at, like, CDC Music Fest,
Mm-hmm.
or having big spot at First show, or maybe playing not a huge lot on Bonnaroo, Coachella, tour regularly, not having day jobs.
Yeah.
And yeah, basically 5 years, if we could be anywhere close to where like Hey Rosetta or the Arkells are now, I would be ecstatic.
Yeah. No, I think anybody would be like that, but that's for sure. Like,
yeah, because I think the Arkells are pulling about 8 years right now, and they're history.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I remember seeing them, like, sometimes when they were, like, just playing, like, little stages or, like, in Burlington or something like that. And, like, now, like, seeing them on, like, the Juno Awards, and they're, like up there for it. And
they're selling out shows in Europe, selling out shows in the States, like, it's crazy.
And, like, Toronto 2 nights in a row sold out, like...
Oh, and at the Danforth. Like,
yeah. Yeah, so, like, no, totally. That's the spot where you want to be, especially for Canadian act.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if we could be, headline tours and, 1,000 capacity venues in 5 years, that would be pretty good. Just being able to tour doing that, making records, that would be awesome.
Just doing what you love to do, basically.
Exactly.
What can people expect from your performance on May 9th?
That's hard, because it's what the audience gets and what we're giving out there is kind of a little different. I mean, we feed off the audience 100%.
Mm-hmm.
But, every show we're like, all right, are they feeling it? Sometimes you know it or not. But you can definitely expect a high energy show. We have fun up there. We rock out. We like to, cheers the crowd, get them having a couple drinks.
Mm-hmm.
Just get everyone having a good time.
Exactly.
Yeah. A fun performance to watch. A great sounding performance, I'd like to say. We take pride in, playing a good show and having our songs sound as good as they can sound.
Yeah, from what I saw you guys, like, Oshiega, you're, like, good, so I don't think you have a problem with that. You'll do exactly that.
Very, very awesome to hear. Thank you.
No problem.
Yeah, if you want to hear some cool music, some great vocals, a lot of energy, that's kind of what you could expect, I think.
So with, like, I guess that being said, basically at CMW, it's like you're in a band, but you're also like a fan of like other people playing. I guess what brings and attracts you guys as a band to shows? Like, what would you be excited to see at a certain show? Like, what, I guess, makes you enjoy a show?
I'd like to see every time I go to a show. I mean, bands are always at different stages and,
Yeah.
Different points of their development. But I always can really appreciate, whether it's the genre I'm really into or not, just a tight live band that looks like they're having fun. And I think that's why we try to do that, because that's what we all like to see. But just someone that kind of offers some cool sound that's tight, and there's nowhere else they'd want to when you're watching them on stage. They're all happy to be right there. And, make a night of it. Like, that's why people go to shows. They want to hear music, you want to have a good time, have a night of it. So that's, and when you're at CMW, there's so many bands, so many venues, it's hard not to get that.
Exactly. It's like, in last call is 4 a.m., like, everything's going on until, like, 5 a.m., everything. So it's literally a whole night.
Yeah.
So, what is up next for you guys? Like, I saw that you guys posted a little teaser for your session at the what is it? The Verge Music Lab. Yeah, I totally blanked. I guess what can people like get from that? Like, what can people expect from that? Like, I know you're gonna be releasing a couple of like songs or something like that, or like what exactly can people expect for that? Like, just like a quick little thing.
So we haven't put out any videos, stuff like that since like our first year, and just like old tunes. We've kind of, it's like fresh videos. So one, look at a sneak peek at a couple new tracks that will probably be on the next record. I can say that with 99% certainty that 2 of the songs will be on the next record.
Okay.
That'll be nice. Kind of shine a bit of a light on what's to come. They will also get 2 songs from the story weekend that we just did this past fall. Which we're excited about, because people have been really getting into those songs, which is nice, because they reflect a little more of the dynamics and progression of our sound.
Yeah.
So people are really getting into those. So this way, we have a live video to kind of associate with it and get people into it. And also, the Verge is just a cool space that sounds great. Like every band that's come through Toronto does a Verge session in one form or another. And so we are just so stoked to be able to do our own there.
And get like the exposure and stuff like that.
Yeah, kind of have our name associated with them. So, we're pumped for those to come out and everyone to see them.
Okay, awesome. So I have like one more question. So basically, our blog is called The Extra Mile, and we go the extra mile for pop culture and basically music and like everything to do with like, I guess like entertainment. Now, I guess how does the Royal Streets go the extra mile?
Well, on our first tour ever, we got 50. I'll just throw some examples of it.
Okay.
On the first tour ever, we got 50 T-shirts made up. That's all we could get. We got a great deal on them, basically free, from a friend of a friend who saw us at a show, and then my dad does screen printing. I'm sure he can hook you up with a few. So that was our only merch for like our first 6 months. And on our first tour, we were just so gung-ho about trying to get fans and trying to get people into us. We just walk the streets and give them out to people, along with the burned copy of our EP at the time. And some people were terrified, like, why are you giving me this free stuff?
Yeah.
Some people took it like, awesome. We didn't care. There's no problem for it. We were just like, we got cool shirts. Let's get a bunch of people. See if we can generate some fans. At shows, you'll find us at the merch table. You'll find us out walking around the venue after. We're overly willing to talk to anyone after the show that wants to say anything or just get feedback, whatever people want to do. We're more than happy to hang out and party with fans. Actually, at a few of our local shows here in Kitchener-Waterloo, almost every show after, the guys, they used to all live together, Al and Mike, and a few of our friends, at this big farmhouse out in Waterloo. Every show, we'd say, look, I can open announcement over the on the stage. 1085 Martin Grove, that's where we're going to be. Please come by, say hi, have some beers, hang out with us. Whoever wants to come by, come by. They don't live there anymore, but that was an awesome time.
Yeah.
And we pour every ounce of money, heart, soul we can into this thing. So I just hope that people like it.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's awesome. And well, like I said before, like I enjoy it, and I'm sure like other people enjoy it. So yeah, and thank you so much for this interview, and hope to catch you out during CMW. Like I'll for sure catch a couple songs. Like running, there's so many things going on, but for sure.
Awesome.
Okay, thank you so much.
No problem. Thanks for taking the time to do this.
No problem.